Hey guys, I am here with Brennen from Kessil.
Hi.
Hi Brennen, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
So tell me about Kessil. Like, the only thing that I know about Kessil is the lights, like the shimmer lights.
Okay. So Kessil is a part of a larger company called Dicon Fiber Optics.
Okay.
So we've actually done fiber optic switches since the 1980s. So basically, if you have a little tiny mirror and you have light coming in on a fiber optic cable,
Okay.
you can angle the mirror so that way it bounces light into different fiber optic cables. So that has use in internet, satellites, planes, things like that. So we've done fiber optics since the 80s. We started doing LEDs in the 2000s. So we do LEDs for aquariums. That's the Kessil brand.
Okay.
We do LEDs for movie sets. That's a different brand. So that's on like Marvel movies, some of the new Star Wars stuff, those types of things.
Wow.
And then we do lights for like architectural installations, like museums, because fancy artwork needs to be displayed under just the right color white light in order to look good. So we have lights for that as well. So it's very similar technology in all of them. But different applications, and since we build everything ourselves, we can tweak and tailor and change the LED makeup based on how it's going to end up being used. If it's an aquarium, it gets one set of LEDs. If it's a freshwater aquarium, it gets a different set of LEDs.
Right.
And if it's a movie set, well, that's a whole nother set. But it's the same guts of all the lights.
Wow. Like, that's woo. Like, that's amazing. Like, I just was thinking, y'all did aquarium lights. So is this when they take and it's theirs? Only Kessil owns this type of.
Yes. So this is what's called the guts. This is called a dense matrix LED, and I'm just going to get it real.
Yeah.
So this is what we do really well. We take all the LEDs, we pack them close together, and that gives us the ability to put those LEDs, mix the color really well. It gives you that shimmer in an aquarium. In a movie set, it gives you a really nice shadow, so you don't end up with all these different shadows from different places. And so that dense matrix is the core of all Dicon lighting products. That's our technology. We've patented it. It's only made by us. Yes, it's only made by us, only for us. Only Dicon products have dense matrices in them.
Well, you sound like that you've been working for this company for a pretty good long amount of time. You know all this.
So I've got a background in biochemistry. I've been working with Dicon for 4 years now. But yeah, no, it's definitely, we are a tech company that does lighting. That's why you don't see a Kessil pump or a Kessil tank or a Kessil food. We do lights. We build tools and we let people use them how they want to use them. We'll build the tool and then it's on you to determine and decide how you want to use it.
Wow. So did you go to school knowing that this is what you were going to do?
No, not at all. So I went to school studying biochemistry, and then I did solar sales. I sold knives for like 5 years. Sold like $500,000 worth of kitchen knives, and then I ran a Petco for a couple years. And then I was looking for warranty information on my own Kessil light that I had up over a fish tank that I'd hit with a jet of water during a water change. My bad. Saw that they were only about a half hour away from where I was living at the time. And I said, I wonder if they're hiring. And here we are 3 years later.
Wow. So tell me, do you buy these individually and you put them in lights, or do you buy the light, and where can we get these lights?
Are you talking
Yes.
how, like, us as Dicon, do we buy them, or how does an end user buy them?
Yes.
So the way you can buy Kessil is from any of your local fish stores. We really like to support our local stores, so check into your local stores. Most of them have them. If you do need to get them online, there are a lot of online retailers that have it. I like saltwateraquarium.com. They got free shipping on everything.
And Joe from Joe's Shrimp Shack also carries them.
Joe's Shrimp Shack. Yes. And Joe's got a couple of them up on some of like the breeding tanks and a big paludarium. So if you want to just see the different ways and different types of applications that you can do with that, he's a great place to visit.
Yeah, I think he's got the 3 different ones in the middle on these really nice cube tanks. It's pretty cool. I love the shimmer. I freaking love the shimmer one. But so for lighting, freshwater lighting is a lot not as expensive as saltwater lighting. And is that because of this?
So saltwater lighting and freshwater lighting, photosynthesis is actually the same, whether it occurs in a coral or occurs in a plant. There are subtle differences, but it's very, very similar. So in terms of building a light, what we change is we change the way that it looks visually. For a freshwater light, you don't need the blue that you do of a saltwater light. So for us, there's actually very little change in the way that the LEDs are laid out. It's just a matter of changing what illuminates where to get the right color that looks good in a freshwater tank.
So you said the blue light is different. Like I know like on some of the freshwater lights, you can have a blue mode. So is that different?
So the way what we build into Kessil Lights is we build in what's called Kessil Logic. So that means that you can change the color, like the way it looks to your eye, without impacting the output that is hitting your plants. And the reason we're able to do that is because we build our own LEDs, we put the LED chips in there, and we set them up in a way that you can change the visual appeal without changing what's being output for the coral or for the plants. So with the saltwater lights, we make it so that they can go from that kind of like daylight white all the way to the deep blue. Pick what looks good to your eye, and then go from there. Now, you don't need a really deep blue for a freshwater tank. However, sometimes you do need that really kind of warm, almost yellow looking color. So we make it so that the saltwater or the freshwater lights can do that yellow to more of that daylight. We don't go to the deep blue because plants look terrible under deep blue.
The only thing that looks good under the blue in the freshwater is anything that is neon, and nothing is neon really other than the neon fish in a freshwater.
We do see some people alternating in the freshwater tanks, alternating some of our tuna sun, which is our freshwater spectrum, and our tuna blue, which is the saltwater. They alternate them for cichlid and discus tanks because that subtle bit of blue does bring out some really nice colors. And so that way, as the fish swims across the tank and moves between the lights, it almost seems to shimmer on the fish itself because different pigments are being highlighted within the fish's scales.
Wow. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I just learned a lot. So we can find these Joe's Shrimp Shack and at Petco's, Petco Smarts, or at your local fish stores. Okay.
Yeah, not the big chains. Local fish stores. Mm-hmm.
Well, Brennen, this is amazing. I'm blown away. I didn't even know that was even a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of tech into it. We try to make things nice and easy and simple so that you end up with this instead of having to worry about all the guts that are in it and the heat sink and the control board. I mean, I could go on for a couple hours if you wanted me to, but we'd put everyone to sleep. We'd put everyone to sleep.
So, for the price, how is it equal to other lights like it?
Kessil's definitely one of the more expensive brands.
Okay.
You get what you pay for.
But it's also branded. I mean, y'all own that.
Yes.
And nobody else does.
Yes, you get what you pay for. If you've got any issues, you can call us, and I got a team of 4 who are going to answer the phone for you, answer your email. Every single one of us has a bunch of tanks at home, so you're going to actually get a person who's there to help.
Good.
And you know that the product at the end of the day is going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. You're not going to have to worry about, it didn't grow my plants, didn't grow my coral. It's going to work. It's tried, true, and proven. You got 10 years, well, more like 15 years of research behind it and 10 years of the actual product running.
So how long do they normally last?
Depends on on average, an LED should last you about 5 to 6 years. Now, the biggest thing with any LED, Kessil or otherwise, keep it clean, keep dust off it, and keep salt off it. What happens is as you get dust and salt on an LED or anything that's outside of the water, it acts as an insulator and it heats them up. And as they heat up, they get less efficient, so they generate more heat, so they get less efficient, and then something breaks. So clean your lights, clean your pumps, Clean your skimmers, your air intake, your air stones. Keep them clean, so that way they can run efficiently, and they should last you plenty of time. We have some of our original lights that are 12 years old still running because people just take care of them.
So there y'all got it. Make sure you dust, you guys. Well, Brennen, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Wonderful to chat.
And don't forget to check out the Aquatic Morning Show.